What's up, guys? Welcome back to Breakout Trading. It is Wednesday, August 5th, and I'm going to be going over a bunch of screenshots I have of my trading today. So today, on top of the market being extremely slow, I just traded pretty bad. Had focus here in the morning, so the trades, these kind of go left to right. This video is going to be pretty short, so I'll just rapid fire through these, but I just want to say some stuff first. I traded more like a machine gun today than a sniper, so you can see I took quite a few trades and not many of them worked out on the day here. Right now down 21.71, which is kind of disappointing because that's pretty much everything I made yesterday for a really good trade. Gave it all back today being an idiot. Biggest idiot of all was ALRN. I was a complete botch on that one. IZEA was alright. But we'll go over this. So everything out here. Alright, so first trade of the morning today was on JMIA. So this is one of my setups. This one looked really good. This was a TTG triangle setup. Here's your initial high of day. Here's that support line with VWAP. And this one was looking really good. I had that downtrend line and the nice volume consolidation there. Alright, so what happened on this one was I hopped in here, I think with like 10 shares just about, for like a tier 1, and this thing literally just exploded all the way to the high of day. But the crazy thing is on the way up, like this 1 minute candle, this is a 1 minute chart, it looked like this. It was like, and then up. So I just decided to cut the whole thing there and get out because even though it had really nice volume, just the way it was trading was really weird, and I only had small size, so I decided to take it right there and not risk getting rejected from the high of day, which is actually exactly what happened. Yeah, this thing hit the high of day right here, and then just kind of fell off the wagon there. Just weird action. Only like one isolated volume spike, so not really what you want to see in a strong stock. So I think I made like $4 there on JMIA at 330 including commissions. And then Mara, the blockchain company, this one had a decent little bounce set up there. There's the initial morning high lining up with the 9-minute EMA. And VWAP had really good volume actually on that first pop there, but man, this one just kind of faded too. Right here, just I hit it there. It had a bit of a bounce. I was up like $10, but I decided to kind of just let this one ride because I thought that was a really good entry, and it just kind of faded away. So stopped out there right when it looked like it was getting ready to break below VWAP. I stopped out before that just to save myself a couple pennies, and you can see the volume kind of went like green immediately to red. So definitely backside of the move there, and that one was the pretty decent loss there, 1060. Kind of disappointing. I should have just taken the $10, but I'm trying to let these good setups ride more. That really worked for me yesterday, where I just was patient with it and let it ride. And that's what I should have done with actually IZEA, but I'll go over that in a minute. And then this trade, man, like this is one of the, I forgot about this one actually. This is a horrible setup. So that was the first trade. And then this trade here. I said terrible setup, no volume, no Momo, nothing, throwing money away. Yeah, so when I take something like this, I'm just throwing money away. Like, obviously, I thought here it was going to break above this high. It kind of had like a bit of a resistance here, so I longed it here. Was expecting a break, kind of like, because I already knew that it was decently strong from this move, and this is again that line for the initial morning high, but just got rejected there. This isn't a setup at all. This is just terrible and no volume. So yeah, that was bad. Oh wait, Mara. No, wait a second. Okay, so from those two trades, Mara, I was down like I think $20 on Mara alone, and then I had a third trade on Mara that was actually decent, and then that made me like $10. So so I only ended up being down like 10. But man, this one was hard to trade today. So this setup here was once again we had that initial high resistance. And also we kind of made this resistance here, like I just noticed that a lot of candles were topping out there. For instance, we had like this candle top out there, this candle from that dumb trade, and then also we were curling up there again. And what this looked like to me was actually kind of like a head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders, with this being the resistance breakout level. So what it did is I actually let it break out first and saw that it had decent volume there. So that was a good breakout. So far this one's a good trade. And this is my 100 share limit order just sitting there right above that support. And then see, this is a picture of us getting filled here right on that 3-minute 9 EMA and right on that support. So perfect little fill area, and my stop loss was just below VWAP, trade line, and these support levels. So if it broke through all those and stopped me out, that was okay. I was managing my risk well on this trade. You can see also we have nice little volume on this pump, so I was expecting this to continue. And then right here, we do get some continuation, good consistent green volume. And like I said, I wrote here, I just decided to sell it all here. I kind of sold one tier at first, and then I don't know, I got like nervous and just kind of sold the rest because of what was happening earlier. Like I just knew this thing was not strong today. And yeah, I just didn't really trust it. I just took it off the table, took the 10 bucks off the table, like what I should have done on that first trade. And you can see this is kind of why I'm done with trading this one. It went up a bit more and then pretty heavy rejection there, and as you can see, the final result is it totally bounced way down to my entry, pretty much straight to my entry after that top. Had a bit of a bounce and then broke below VWAP, had a huge wick down, and the rest is history. So down 10 bucks on that one today. This one was a good trade, this one was not. This one was a good trade, so 2 out of 3 on that one. Yeah, that was all Mara. This one was a good setup. I do like that JMIA setup. It was just like it was a winning trade. It just was weird. It just popped like too quickly. I don't really know how to explain it. And then we have IZEA. This one was a pretty good trade too. You see it has that high there. Trade lines coming up through. The only thing is it had really bad volume. I took a very small position here, 50 shares, and then I actually ended up manually stopping out of this one. Chart looks fine still. See, pay attention to this because this is gonna mean something in a little bit. The chart still looks fine, but the volume is just so low I can't trust it. So the volume pretty much petered off to nothing, and I just decided to take it there, and I think I ended up making like just pocket change on it, like 136, so pretty much nothing. And then it turns out that it was actually a really good position to hold. So you can see there's my entry, my exit. It came right back down to this previous high, and then kind of continued upwards, and it finally got some good volume around the end of the day, but still only moving like 10 cents, and there was a big $2 resistance here, so whatever. Don't regret doing that. Could have maybe tried to re-enter here, but it just didn't have much volume. That's the theme for today, is nothing in volume. And we also had an SRNE trade here, so that was the ticker I made all my money from yesterday. Giving some back today like an idiot. This thing literally didn't make a higher high all day. Lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, and you can guess it, lower high. I don't know why I thought this was primed for a pump. Obviously this setup was the trade line VWAP cross. No volume though. That's key. That is key. Gotta wait for the volume confirmation. I got in there, pretty tight stop there right under VWAP, and it just dumps. Pretty disappointing, but once again, no volume, so that's kind of what I deserved for getting in there. Got dumped on, down 542, so kind of a smaller loss, so that's alright. And you can see how bad this thing actually ended up selling off, so I'm pretty glad I got out where I did, just below VWAP. Because this thing had a pretty bad sell-off. And that brings us to the last trade of the day, the worst trade ever. ALRN, like what? So high there. We broke above the high. I decided that was a great place to get long. Small size. I think I had 50 shares. And so dumb. Like, my original idea was for this thing to break above, and then I was going to have my stop loss just below this previous high here. So at like 163. But it immediately rejected, and I was too much of a little bitch to actually just get out of it right away. So I was like, oh, it'll bounce, and I didn't even take it here. I tried to let it bounce more, put a stop loss under here, and got stopped out. So this one is just a stupid setup that I don't even know why I took it. This is like the first trade I ever taken where I was like, I took it because I'm bored. So that's not something I want to make a habit of, is just taking dumb trades because you're bored. And that one actually hurt too. Holding on to that loser, that cost me 10 bucks. So today wouldn't have even been that bad if I didn't take that last dumb trade just because I was bored. So yeah, that's it. The market just has no momentum right now. It feels like everything's just super sluggish and boring. I'm going to keep trading every day. This is good practice for hopefully I can, just improve my skills for when the market's hot again. But overall execution today, nothing to write home about. So that's it, guys. Not an exciting day at all. Giving back the gains from yesterday. Not feeling great. Oh well, we'll trade like a sniper again tomorrow. Hopefully there's finally some sort of momentum. Adios.